So, you're going out on dates with this guy that you really like. He displays interest in you, he expresses interest in you. Things seem to be working out fine until suddenly it doesn't anymore. All of a sudden, for some reason, out of the blue, he suddenly stops texting you less and less. He stops pursuing you, initiating things with you less and less. And after things seem to be going fine for quite a while, he suddenly, slowly disappears from your life. Or things seems to be going fine at first until one day he suddenly sent you a text saying that he's not interested in you anymore, or that he doesn't see a relationship, a future with you, and bam, he disappears out of your life. And you may be wondering, why? What happened? What did I do? What did I do wrong? Did I do anything wrong? You may be confused at first, but also hurt at the same time, because why was he interested this whole time, but then suddenly he lose interest in you? You may be wondering that, feeling confused. You may be replaying those text conversation or in-person conversation, wondering if it is something that you said that was wrong, and did you make him turned off for some reason? Or you may be wondering if you did anything wrong, or maybe you're just not beautiful enough, or you start to question yourself. And not only you question yourself in terms of him, it starts draining down your confidence too. You start feeling as though even though men are interested in you, suddenly they walk away, and it impacts your confidence in dating, in relationships later down the line. Because it makes you feel as though if you make the wrong move, then suddenly he is going to lose interest. And if you find yourself in this situation when a man suddenly displays less interest in you or suddenly loses interest in you, know that you are not alone, because this is a common problem, a common pattern that many beautiful women who are on their journey of manifesting their life partner, attracting their life partner experience. And it's a common roadblock. And it's also something that I personally used to experience before I attracted my life partner, my dream husband. And in order to let go of this block, especially if you find yourself in this pattern over and over again, where you go out on dates with men, suddenly things seems to be fine at first, but then suddenly he starts losing interest. Suddenly he ghosts you, he walks away, he pulls away. If you find yourself in these patterns, know that the truth is the actual reason why he lost interest is not the one that you are actually thinking of. Because I know that your overthinking mind is thinking about how maybe you could have done something better. Maybe you could have said something better, right? You are probably ruminating over the past, thinking of what you did wrong, that he suddenly lost interest. And what you need to understand is that it usually, most oftentimes, it is not because of what you did or what you said or how you look, because most women think that it is because of your looks. But the thing is that it likely is not. Because if it is because of your looks, why would he have swiped right on the first place, right? If you're meeting him through a dating app. And it also likely is not because you are too much. This is also what some women think that is the problem. They think that it's because they express too much, they talk too much, they want too much, right? But the thing is that your too muchness is actually fine if you actually own it. And there are men who love your too muchness. In fact, this is what most men crave in their life. They want that energy, they want that excitement, they want that energy of the too muchness from a woman is actually a good thing for them. It's something that they actually find attractive. So likely it's not because of your too muchness. And why he lost interest in you is also not because you are not enough either. Maybe you're thinking that, oh, it's because I'm not successful enough. It's not because I'm not pretty enough. I didn't talk enough, right? You may be thinking of these things, or you may be thinking that it's your personality. You may be thinking that, oh, maybe I was too boring on the date. Maybe I could have come up with some better ideas, or whatever that your mind is thinking of. The thing is that, again, like with the too muchness, any personality, like with any personality, they are intriguing in some way, shape, or form. There is an interesting element to who you are. So all of these things, on all of these reasons on why you think he suddenly lost interest, are actually not the problem. These are actually just things on the surface, because what actually makes him lose the interest, it is actually what lies in much deeper. So if you actually want to understand what flips on the switch, what flips off the switch in a man and make him interested versus make him lose interest, what makes him being the one who choose you versus you being the one who choose you, with so many men interested in you, and you're the one who get to choose, you're the one who attracts your dream life, right? If you want to take your power back and actually understand what is actually happening deep down, then keep on watching. And of course, also I am offering free personalized consultation session to see the deeper down energetic, unconscious, subconscious block that is on the way of you attracting your life partner, and seeing the shift on what actually makes it happen. So if you are interested in this, you can find more of it in the description box below. So now you may be asking the question, okay, so what is actually the reason why he lost interest? And the thing, my love, is that these reasons why you think they are the reasons why he lost interest in you are actually not the problem. But the problem actually lies much deeper down. And this is a common pattern that I see among women, especially those who have a big heart, those who are empathetic, those who are emotionally attuned, emotionally sensitive. And so now you may be asking, okay, so if these qualities of mine are not the problem, then what is the problem? What is the thing that actually turned him off? What is the thing that actually made him lose interest? And from working with women, from my own life experience, as well as from working with women who are who used to attract unavailable men, or men who suddenly lose interest to then attracting their life partner, from working with them, what I have seen is that the actual reason, the deeper reason on what is actually happening, is that the truth is the reason why he's not interested in you is not because of you, but because of energy inside of you. Basically, it means the energy that you are feeling, the way that you are feeling about this person, the way that you are feeling about yourself shifted, which is the reason why he suddenly loses interest. The reason why he suddenly was first switched on in the interest button and then finally switched off, or the reason why he suddenly lost interest in you is that the truth is he's just mirroring back the energy shift that is happening inside of you. And in most cases, this energy shift that happened inside of the woman, inside of what happens inside of us, is this thing called, we start to experience this energy called, we start to hope. We start to hope that he is the one. We start to hope that he finally commits in a relationship with you, or we start to become hopeful about your future with him. You start to think of that beautiful lake house that you're going to be having with him in the future, right? We start to fantasize. We start to hope that, yes, he is the one. Finally, you have met your future husband. And the thing is, although this energy called hope, it may seem like a very innocent thing at first, right? Because what's wrong with hope? Like, you may be asking, what's wrong with hope? Like, you hope for a job, you hope for a relationship, right? Nothing is wrong with that. But the thing that you need to understand, my love, is that the thing is, hope is actually a very wobbly energy. It's a wobbly energy, right? For instance, you can look back during your childhood. You can look back on the moments when you hoped for something. For example, you hoped that your parents would take you to the Disneyland. You hoped that your teacher will finally give you the award that you wanted, right? As little girls, when we were little kids, there was nothing that we could depend on. Our parents may not be something that we could depend on. These people may not be the people that we could fully rely on. And what is the only thing that we could rely on? The only thing that we had was hope. The only thing that we could depend on was hope. But the thing is, hope is actually a very wobbly energy because we're trying to expect an outcome. We're trying to make sure that this future goes well, goes in the way that you plan. And so you can see it's almost like whenever we're hoping, it's almost like our little girls inside of us is like hoping, I hope that he is my dream husband. I hope that he is my life partner. I hope that I finally have met my dream partner, right? Even though you are fantasizing, your mind is fantasizing, but the energy that you're actually resting in deep down, that you're actually feeling inside your body is a very wobbly, filmy energy called hope. And the thing is, what we usually hope can easily be taken away. And this is the root. This is the cause of what actually makes him pull away, what makes him actually lose interest, because he can sense that wobbly, grasping energy inside of you, that wobbly, grasping little girl that is asking, oh, I hope he's the one. I hope he is the partner for me, right? And as I said, this may seem innocent at first, but what he actually feels deep down whenever you're hoping for him, whenever you hope that this is a relationship, whenever you hope that he is the one, what he's actually feeling deep down is that what he can sense is that your sense of safety, your sense of security, your sense of love becomes dependent on him. He can somewhat feel that sort of a pressure. He can somewhat feel that pressure, that little hoping little girl inside of you. He can sense the energy inside of you that is hoping, that is dependent, that is reliant on him. And especially if he hasn't committed enough, especially if he hasn't been invested enough to being with you, this type of expectation, this type of attachment, this type of pressure is actually scares him away. And he may not be able to pinpoint what exactly made him turned off, what exactly made him lose interest. He may not be able to even logically answer the question, but he could just sense the energy. Just like how whenever you are wanting this man, hoping that he is the one, you may not consciously know it, but unconsciously inside, the energy shift is happening. And the same way to him, the energy is shifting in him from being interested to not being interested, which is all to say that the truth is that little innocent little energy that you think is innocent is actually sabotaging your love life, is sabotaging your potential relationships because of where it is coming from. Because the source of this energy, the energy of hope, hoping that he is finally the one, hoping that he finally ask you out, hoping that he finally proposes you, whatever that energy is, the hope actually is destroying your love life without your notice. And so, which is the reason why one of the most powerful shifts that you can start embodying, start shifting, start transforming in yourself in order to go from being afraid of men losing interest or being the one who gets rejected, going from being the one who rejected instead to becoming the one who chooses. So instead of men finally losing interest in you, rather than that, if you want to go from that men losing interest in you, instead to becoming the woman who decides, the woman who gets to decide from ample of opportunities, ample of men interested in you, and where you just have to be the one who choose. You just have to be the one who choose whom you see as your right match, your life partner, right? If you become the one, instead of wanting to become chosen, and instead to becoming the one who chooses. If you want to shift from men losing interest to you becoming magnetic, the most powerful shift that you can do is to let go of hoping and instead embody certainty. Because there is such a big difference with hoping something, hoping that you finally meet your dream partner, hoping that he finally is the one. There is such a big difference between hoping versus certainty, being certain that you're gonna have a happy life either way, that being certain that you are loved either way, being certain that you're going to meet your dream partner either way. There is such a big difference between you going about your dates, about men, from a place of hope versus from a place of certainty. Because as you can see, hope is actually a very wobbly energy. It's a very fragile energy. Hope is the hope is the type of energy where it's like, I hope this happens. If not, things are not gonna be well, right? There is a difference between hope versus certainty. Certainty is the kind where it doesn't matter how this date goes. It doesn't matter what he thinks of me. I know who I am. It doesn't matter whether he likes me back or not. I express who I am. And I love who I am. I find joy in who I am, right? When you are certain, that is when you are taking back your power. That is when he can also sense that certainty, that power, that presence inside of you, that unwavering presence of love, of groundedness, of stability inside of you, that safety inside of you. And that is what makes a man interested in you, my love. When you know that you're gonna be good either way, regardless of what he thinks, regardless of whether he likes you or not, regardless of whether he is the one or not. When you know who you are, when you know, actually not just know, but actually embody, experience, feel inside your body that you are loved either way, that you are at peace either way, that is when you become the magnetic muse that you are. And that is what makes a man fall in love. That is what makes a man interested in you and does not want to lose you, does not want to go out of your life. He wants to be in your life because in fact, no matter who that person is, everybody desires certainty. And because you embody that certainty, you have that certainty, that is when you take back your power. And that is when, my love, that you can manifest, that is when you're able to manifest your dream partner, your life partner, with so much ease and effortlessness, because now you know who you are. And if that is what you are desiring deeper support around, you can apply for personalized coaching. The link is in the description box, and sending you much love.